Hello everyone, it's Skil here from the Grim Reapers, and today I'll be going over a hardware review for the Simgears F16 ICP LT. The ICP, or Integrated Control Panel, is the primary interface between the pilot and the aircraft systems for the F16 fighter. Simgears have produced a high-quality one-to-one scale replica of the ICP. For the purposes of full disclosure, Simgears sent me one of their ICPs for review. They did not ask for any favourable comments, only that I provide a fair and honest assessment. The packaging is of high quality, and the outer sleeve contains a lot of information about the product. On opening the package, you can see that the items are held securely and protected within a good amount of packing foam. In the box, there is the base for the included stand, a couple of countersunk screws, and last but not least, the ICP itself, which is already attached to the vertical portion of the included stand. On taking the ICP out of the box, you can immediately feel that it is made of high quality materials. The stand is made of thick, clear plexiglass, and the base is chunky, with a good weight to it. It has rubber anti-skid pads on the underside, which, as it turns out, do a pretty reasonable job of stopping the ICP from sliding around on the desk when being used as a desktop unit. The ICP itself is a mixture of cast PMMA parts, laser cut and etched parts, CNC'd parts, and 3D printed parts. The results of the amalgamation of these technologies being used in this device speak for themselves. The cast PMMA front panel has clean lines and feels solid. The buttons are nice and clicky, with a good tactile feedback for each press. The laser etched markings across the front of the panel and buttons are crisp and clear, allowing the backlighting to come through evenly across the ICP. The thumb wheels move effortlessly on their bearings. The 4-way dobber switch is 3D printed. The drift warn switch is a metal 3-way switch, with the down position being a momentary switch. The gain switch is a metal full 3-way switch. The 3D printed dobber switch and the 2 metal 3-way switches all feel sturdy and securely mounted to the ICP. The finger guard, or key protection grid, is 3D printed and seamlessly bonded to the front panel. It features raised indicator dots located above the 5 and 9 buttons to help you negotiate your way around the keypad without looking, which is really handy for VR users. The Simgears F16 ICP is compatible with Windows and is connected to the PC via a single USB cable. No special driver software is required. Simply plug in the USB cable and you can check the buttons and switches are working in your Windows control panel. The 4 thumb wheels appear as axis controls within the control panel and can be bound to the respective axis in-game. The lower right thumb wheel also controls the backlighting for the unit. Due to the configuration of my rig, I could not use the table mount and base. Instead, I kept the ICP within the vertical part of its stand and attached it to my MFD mount. As anyone who has seen any of my previous review videos will know, I fly exclusively in VR, so I was interested to see how the Simgears F16 ICP would work for me. I have included some footage of a short mission flown in VR with some picture-in-picture images of the ICP being used. I'll shut up now for a wee bit and let you sit back, relax and watch the action. Don't worry, I'll come back near the end with my thoughts about the ICP. I'm back. Before we get to my conclusion, I'll go over the pricing for the Simgears F16 ICP. At the time of this review, it is priced on the Simgears website at €359.90, which is about 300 Great British pounds or 406 US dollars. This price excludes shipping and customs fees. Obviously, you would have to check the site for current pricing and further purchasing options for outside of Europe. I've been using the ICP for a couple of weeks now, and as you can probably see, I am still getting used to finding my way around some of the buttons whilst using VR. See, I told you those raised indicator dots on the finger guard would come in handy. Despite my fumbling around in VR, I think the Simgears F16 is a brilliant bit of kit. The quality of the materials and the workmanship are excellent, and it would make a great addition to anyone's F16 setup. As this is a replica of the real F16 ICP, it is clearly designed as a specific item for a specific aircraft, so it might lack the versatility of some of the other UFC or ICP options out there. However, this remains unapologetically authentic and is all the better for it. Having said all that, you can still use the ICP for different aircraft by simply binding the buttons and access to whatever controls you wish. I have struggled to find any faults with the ICP. If I had to pick on something, it would be that out of the box, the thumb wheels required very little effort to rotate on their bearings, meaning that I kept turning one of them whilst feeling around for buttons in VR. Now, I am aware that this is a personal preference type of me problem, and I'm sure that the friction could be adjusted by the end user to provide a little more resistance to the movement if desired. But the mere fact that I am nitpicking such minor details just shows you how utterly impressed I am with the ICP as a whole. Due to the specific nature of this product, it is not the kind of item I could or would recommend to anyone just starting out in the flight sim world. But if you already have your HOTAS and pedals, or if you're putting together your own F16 sim pit and are looking for the next level of immersion, this would make a fantastic addition to your rig, and I can honestly and wholeheartedly recommend the Simgears F16 ICP to you. Well, this is Skil. Thank you all for taking the time to watch this review, and I'll catch you later.